going to have a crack. He is, you know. Oh, I say! Brilliant! That is schoolboy's own stuff. Oh, I bet even he can't believe it.
Good morning and good morning to you. Welcome to this Good Morning Tottenham Away episode right here, guys. Early in the morning, the sun is rising. Last night's cup draws came out, guys. We got Fulham away. Fulham is our second round tie match in the cup. Listen, it's not the worst. But it could have been a lot better in the sense of there were so many teams, so few of Premier League teams that we could have caught in our range, and it just goes to show. Just I like to we get not only we get Fulham, but we get an away game as well. Not too far, not too distant to go, I suppose, but nonetheless a Premier League side we will face in the second round of the FA Cup, guys. I hope you're all well. I hope you're all good. I hope wherever you are in the world, you have an awesome day. It's so funny, right? Just getting a bit off topic here. But, by the way, I always forget to do this. First and foremost, I do have a Twitter account. I do have an Instagram account, although I'm not majorly on it. Both of them are at Iggy Prince TV. You will find me on either Twitter or on Insta under that handle there, guys. Also, just take a moment, please, to just smash the like to this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't really done so. If you have recently jumped on board, welcome to this channel, guys. I hope you enjoy your content. Football is back this weekend, and in a way, do you know what? I can't wait to start talking about something else other than the continuous Harry Kane talks, which some days we wake up and he's more likely to stay. Other days we wake up and he's likely to leave, and it's back and forth. And I'm sure the same way I'm getting bored about it, I'm sure you guys are feeling the same too. Nonetheless, man, the most ideal thing I would love is for him to stay and sign a new deal. If the new deal isn't going to happen and he isn't going to stay beyond this season, we might as well get some money for him now. That my stance hasn't changed in that, and I'm sure we're all more or less in the same mindset in regards to him. Look, regarding Kane, there's no point carrying on this conversation about him until sort of Sunday comes when we got Brentford, and then obviously the decision will be kind of like made up. You know, Kane is letting it be known that if he's there in Brentford, he's going to stay for the season and then go on a free next season. And I think, to be honest with you, that probability is more and more likely to be the case. I think in the end, I don't think a deal's actually going to happen. I think both Bayern and Kane have agreed a deal. I think they've agreed parties, and I think they're probably going to look to join each other next season on a free. That's my take on it. That's how I feel. I think he's going to stay in the end because I don't think Bayern is going to meet Daniel Levy's demands, and they're just going to strike up a deal and meet in Munich and Kane join Bayern next season. That's my take on it. Anyway, bored of it already. So I didn't want to, this video wasn't meant to be about Kane, but as we're on the subject, I thought let's just talk about it a little bit. So I thought, right, I wake up this morning, do what I normally do, have a little read about and see. This is what I normally do before I do a video. Have a little read, see what stories are going on, and pick a subject that I want to discuss on, give my take on it, and then I ask you guys to give your take in the comments below. No different to today. But this morning at 4 o'clock, when the alarm went off this morning, my alarm was at 4 a.m. I get up, my phone's already got pin. It's got loads of messages on it. I thought, what's going on here? Something big happened, or maybe Kane himself has joined Bayern. No, everyone's absolutely losing their minds about the possible return of... I can't believe but I can believe it, actually. Clement Lenglet. You knew from the moment we was playing Barcelona, you knew that we was going to be linked, not only linked with him again, but his return will probably be more than likely than any other defender joining. We want Tapsoba, we want this guy, we want that guy. So many links, but in the end, you just kind of know that it's going to be him. After Van der Ven deal's now done, we now know that this is going to be the guy that's more than likely to come on board. And this is why the fans, I think we all kind of in agreement. We know he's not the right fit for Ange Postecoglou's game. If anything taught us anything, if we actually got anything out of that Barcelona game, is knowing that any team that got a forward line with pace is absolutely going to rip us a new one. And how does this guy, which for me, listen, he's not the worst player, he's not a bad player, he lacks the pace to play a high line. I don't know why we're linked to him. I just can't get my head round why we are not only linked to this guy, but it's actually possible that he's going to be joining us. Anyway, let's read what it says here. Barcelona could consider letting Clement Lenglet leave on... I'm so used to people here calling him Longap that I'm starting to mess up his name. Anyway, Clement Lenglet leave on loan with Tottenham Hotspur, still an option for the Frenchman in the final weeks of the transfer window. This is according to a report called from Sport Director. This is a Spanish news outlet, which notes that the Catalan side simply want to offload the centre-back before the window closes to get his wages off the books and to add them to ours. Spurs have now bolstered the defensive ranks with the arrival of Mickey van der Ven, but it appears that it's still possible that Clement Lenglet could return after his loan spell last season. Barcelona could let him leave alone amid Tottenham links. Sport reports that Spurs have already agreed personal terms with Lenglet on a potential 3-year deal, but agreeing a fee has been a problem, with Barca holding out for around £13 million, the cheapest option, as always. Talks have continued, and Sport is now claiming that Barcelona could now let the 28-year-old leave on loan once again. The report said that Tottenham were impressed by Lenglet's professionalism, and obviously a loan deal with an option to buy surely increases the likelihood of him returning to the Premier League. What must be said is that much of the speculation concerning Lenglet has come from Spain rather than England. Okay, obviously he has signed for Tottenham before, so he is a player who will have been discussed. However, Barcelona would be working desperately with the Frenchman, hard to try and move the Frenchman off the wage bill. So it is good for them, for Lenglet's name to be linked with various European heavyweights. A loan move may make sense for Tottenham, given how important it is that they strengthen the back. And if they get another temporary deal across the line, there should not be too many complaints, provided it does not have any negative impact on their other pursuits. Nothing to say that he is the perfect suit for Ange Postecoglou or the way that we're going to play. It's just it makes the financial part of it make sense. And this is what I get irritated about. You know, everything makes sense financially, but what about the technical and tactical part of it all? Does that make sense to anyone? I don't know, man. This is why it gets my blood going again. That wasn't the only one that reported. Last Word on Spurs also reported on it, saying Tottenham have reached an agreement on personal terms with Clement Lenglet to rejoin Spurs on a 3-year deal. However, the fee remains a sticking point, with Barca now considering accepting loan proposals with an obligation to buy. So basically, Barcelona just want to get rid of him, get the wages off the bill. That's their main focus. If he has to go out on loan, they're happy for him to go out on loan. Just as long as, like I said, they get him off the books. It's frustrating, guys. It's frustrating because if I genuinely thought Lenglet was the best man or the best option that we have, that wasn't just financially the best option, but also the technical and tactical part of it was the best option, then I'd be able to say, do you know what? It makes sense. He's technically the right player. Tactically, he's the right player. He has all the characteristics we need at the back. So technical and tactical absolutely makes it makes sense to have him on board. Also, the bonus part of it is the fact that he's a cheaper option, he's the best option, and it was also the best financial option for us, then go for it. Absolutely go for it. But to say that is almost like the main thing, that he is £13 million if we buy him, you can get him on loan, but the aspects of at what point does any of these journalists or anyone that reports say, do you know what? He is actually technical and tactically the right person for this system for Postecoglou. Now, it is speculation. That's only thing it is. I'm only giving you my opinion on what we've been linked with, or what's happening and what's been reported. That's the only thing I can go on, and that is what I'm basing my opinion on. Now I want to know your opinion, guys, in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts. Are you frustrated by this? Was it obvious, as you know, it's the moment we played Barcelona, was it obviously that we were going to be linked with him? And the probability of signing him is probably far greater than perhaps us getting someone like Tapsoba. That's my take on it. I want to know your take on it in the comments below. Like, comment, and subscribe to Tottenham Away, guys. Let's get these numbers up. Always great to have. It gives us a massive boost. Not just me, but the other 5 guys, even more the boost to keep this going. When you guys smash that like to all our content that we upload, and of course subscribe to the channel. As always, forever always, it's come on you Spurs.
The first game we look for, Robbie. Tottenham away. When we got Tottenham away. Tottenham away. When we got Tottenham away.